Hello everyone, welcome to Testing Adda. I am Krishan Chawla and in this tutorial we are going to talk about locators in Selenium. In our previous tutorials, we learned how to launch different browsers using Selenium WebDriver. In case you missed those, I'll provide link to those videos in the description box below. Now, let's get started with our today's agenda. Today, we'll be looking into what are locators, type of locators in Selenium WebDriver, locator strategies, and obviously a demo on all those above locators. So let's begin with what are locators. Locators can be termed as an address which helps in uniquely identifying a web element within a web application. Locators are HTML properties of a web element that tells the Selenium about element it needs to perform the action on. To understand practically, let's see an example. Here, I have a practice website. I'll go ahead and click on basic form elements. This is a registration form. The form consists of various inputs to be filled before the submission. If we want to automate this form, we must tell the automation about what and where the data has to be filled. This is where the locators comes into the picture. Locators in Selenium plays an important role building the automation scripts. If the elements are located incorrectly, they may lead to script failures. There are various tools available in market that claims in helping you find allocators, but I personally suggest you locating them manually as they are more robust if done right. The only thing we will be using to locate elements is a Chrome browser and developer tools. Selenium WebDriver provides multiple locators to locate elements, that is ID, name, class name, tag name, link text, partial link text, CSS, and XPath. Let's understand these locators one by one. ID locator in Selenium. ID is the most common way of locating elements as IDs are unique to each element in DOM. IDs are fastest compared to all other locators. To understand practically, let's go back to our browser. This is our registration form and we'll be trying to locate first name element using Selenium WebDriver. In order to do it, we first need to identify the unique address which can actually identify this first name element. To do it, I'll press F12, which will open the inspect element window. I'll click on this button and click on first name input. Now I can see the HTML code of this first name input. Here we can see there is an ID attribute, which means we'll be able to easily locate this element using ID locator in Selenium. We'll be using this ID example first name to locate this element in Selenium script. Let's see how to do it. We'll go to IntelliJ and create a new Java class. I'll name it as tc4 underscore Selenium locators. We'll start by creating a new method, public void tc1 id locator. I'll annotate it with @test that comes from org testng annotations. Now we need to create a driver instance. I'll start by setting up the Chrome driver path using system.setProperty WebDriver Chrome.driver. Now we need to provide the executable file path. I'll right click, show in Explorer, shift plus right click and copy as path. I'll go back to IntelliJ and paste the path here. I'll delete the extra double quotes. Now we have the path. We'll instantiate the Chrome driver using WebDriver driver is equals to new Chrome driver. I'll import the WebDriver class and Chrome driver class. Okay. Now this will return me a new Chrome driver instance inside driver. I'll maximize the driver using driver.manage.window.maximize. Now we'll open the URL of the registration form, driver.get. I'll go ahead and copy the registration form URL and paste it here. Now we have the driver instance. If you want to know what I did here, you can visit my previous tutorial on how to set up your Chrome browser on Selenium. Now, in order to locate it, WebDriver class has a method findElements. I'll type driver.findElement by, because we are locating it using ID, I press ID and we'll pass the ID which we found in this element. The ID is example first name. I'll copy it from here and paste it here. Now this method will return me a web element. As we can see over here by clicking, this method has a return type of web element. So I'll go ahead accept the value in WebDriver web element is equals to driver.findElement. Now we have actually located the element using the Selenium script, but to ensure we actually did it correct, I have added an extra attribute, that is QA attribute, for the testing purpose. We'll try to print the value of this QA attribute so that we can actually understand that we were able to locate this element successfully on a website. To do it, there is a method called getAttribute. I'll go ahead sout element.getAttribute and paste the name of the attribute, that is QA attribute. Now this should actually print first name element when executed, so that we can ensure that we were able to locate element correctly using the ID locator. Now let's try executing this test case, but before executing, I'll go ahead close the driver.quit. Now let's execute this method. Right click, run. As we can see, the Chrome browser instance opened successfully and it has maximized as well. Our test case is executed successfully. I'll click on this TC1 ID locator and scroll down, and we can see there is a sout first name element. Let's go back to our browser and see what was the value of QA attribute, and the value of QA attribute was first name element, which actually printed over here using element.getAttribute. By this we can figure out that we were able to locate this element successfully using the ID locator. Now let's try locating something else as well. Let's locate any other information. Here we can see there is ID available as well. So I'll go ahead copy this ID, go back to my Eclipse, I mean IntelliJ, and search another element using web element 2 is equals to driver.findElement by ID and pass the ID which I just copied, that is example additional info. I should be able to get the reference of this element in element 2. Now let's try printing the attribute QA attribute from this element. To do that, I'll sout element2 dot get attribute, and my attribute name which I want to print the value for is QA attrib. Our script is done. Now let's try executing this method again. Here our test case passed. Let's open TC4 Selenium locators, this test case, and see the result. So we have two outputs, first name element and other information elements. Let's go back to our browser and check it. I'll go ahead click on this. I have a QA attribute, that is other information element, and for first name I have QA attribute as first name element. By this we were able to successfully locate element using ID locator in Selenium script. So the next one is name locator in Selenium. Locating elements using name is same as locating elements using ID locator. Name locator is considered when ID is not present in the element. The important thing to note is name is not unique and multiple elements may have same name on a web page. In such cases, the driver will return the first element found with that name. Let's go back to our browser. This is our registration form and we'll be trying to locate last name using Selenium WebDriver. I'll go ahead, click on this button and click on last name element, and I'll be able to see the HTML code for that element. Here I can see there is a name attribute available, that is example last name. We'll be using this name attribute to locate element in Selenium using name locator. But before we begin, let's see the number of occurrences of this name within the web page. I'll go ahead, copy this name and Control F and paste the element name. Here I can see there are total 4 occurrences of same name. To begin with, this is label for. This is not a name attribute, as while we are using the name locator in Selenium, it will be referring to the name attribute. This is not considered because this is for. Let's check the next one. This is the element we are actually trying to locate. Let's go to the next occurrence, and this is again for. This will not be considered during the name locator. Let's check the last one. This is again for. This will also not be considered. Hence our name, example last name, is unique. Let's try locating it through the Selenium script. We'll go back to the IntelliJ and create a new method. @test public void tc2 underscore name locator. I'll go ahead, copy the driver code so I can access the web URL using Chrome. Now the procedure is completely same. Web element is equals to driver dot find element. Now by, as we were using ID earlier, we did by.id, but now we are using name. We'll do by.name and type the name for the element. I'll go back and copy the name, that is example last name. I'll paste the name over here and semicolon. This will return me the instance of element inside web element. Now there is a QA attribute again which says last name element. We'll try printing this QA attribute. I'll go ahead and type sout element dot get attribute. My attribute name is QAATTRIP. Once this is printed, I'll quit the driver using driver.quit. Now let's try executing this test case using right click and run. Now as we can see, our test case passed and we can see it printed the last name element. We'll go back and check our browser and the QA attribute value is last name element. Hence we were able to locate the element successfully using the name locator in Selenium. Let's try on another one. Let's try on the submit button. Again, the name of the button is submit. I'll try ahead and search the occurrences of submit, and I can see there are only 2 occurrences. Let's go back on our IntelliJ and again web element 2 is equals to driver dot find element by name. I'll provide the name of the attribute, that is submit, and now I'll print the value of that QA attribute s out element 2, which holds the reference of submit button, dot get attribute, and the attribute name is QA attrib. Now let's try executing this test case again. Right click, run. Here we can see the test case executed successfully, and we can see there were two output lines, last name element and submit element, submit button elements. Let's go back to our Chrome and check the QA attrib of submit button. It is submit button element. Hence, we were able to locate element successfully using the name locator in Selenium WebDriver. Next one is class name locator in Selenium. Class name locator helps in locating elements defined through the class attribute. It simply returns the element with matching class attribute. Selenium locator cannot find elements with multiple classes together. Let's go back to our browser. We'll try to locate submit button using the class locator in Selenium. I'll go ahead, click on this button and click on submit button, and I'll be able to see the HTML code of this submit button. Here I can see the class attribute available, that is BTN danger. Here we can see there are two classes, BTN and BTN danger. We'll try locating this element using the class locator. Let's go back to our IntelliJ and create a new method quickly. Public void tc3 class name. We'll go ahead, copy the driver method that instantiates the driver, and I'll try to locate the element using the class using web element is equals to driver dot find element by will be class name now, because we are using class name locator, and we'll paste the class name, that is BTN danger. Now I'll try to print the QA attribute using s out element dot get attribute QA attrib. Let's try executing this method using right click and run. Here we can see our one method failed, one test case failed, having no such element error. This is because Selenium locator doesn't locate elements with multiple classes together. In our case, there are two classes, BTN and BTN danger. In this case, I'll go ahead and remove the BTN class and try executing this method again. Now, as you can see, the test case was, the Selenium script was able to find the element correctly, and the QA attrib value is submit button element. The next one is tag name locator in Selenium. Tag name locator helps in identifying elements with the tag name like div tag, a tag, etc. Let's consider a situation where we want to check all the anchor tags to ensure there is no broken links on a web page. In order to do it, we can use tag name locator to find all the anchor tag elements that can be further used to validate the broken link or not. Let's go back to our browser. For this scenario, we'll be trying to locate country element using the tag name. As this is a drop down, this should be a select tag. Let's check it by clicking on this button and click on country element. So we can see the tag name is select. We will be using the tag name as select to locate this element in Selenium using the tag name locator. Let's go back to our IntelliJ and create a new method, public void tc4 tag name locator. Let's copy the browser instance and web element is equals to driver dot find element. In our case it would be tag name, so the tag name would be select. Now if we go back to our browser, we can see there is a QA attribute as well. We'll be trying to print this QA attribute to ensure we were able to fetch the element, this country element, using the tag name locator sout element dot get attribute QA attrib. Let's driver dot quit. Now our script is complete. Let's try executing this test. Here you can see we were able to print the QA attrib value. Hence we were able to locate the element using the tag name select. Coming up to linked text and partial linked text locators. Linked text and a partial linked text locator only works for hyperlinks. Partial linked text is similar to linked text locator except it locates element using the partial string. Let's go back to our browser. Here, already registered login is a hyperlink. Hence, partial linked text locator and linked text locator will only work on hyperlinks. In this case, this is a hyperlink and the linked text is already registered login. So we will be using this text to locate this element so that we can perform actions like click on these hyperlinks. In order to do it, let's go back to our IntelliJ and create a method Let's start with linked text locator. Web element is equals to driver dot find element by linked text, and the text we'll go ahead and copy from here. Now we'll try printing the QA attrib element dot get attribute QA attrib. Let's try executing this method. Here we can see we were able to fetch the QA attrib value. Now let's try using the partial linked text. In order to do it, I locate the element again using a web element2 is equals to driver dot find element by, it would be partial linked text this time, and now we, instead of putting the complete string, we'll just put login. Let's print the QA attrib again, element dot get attribute QA attrib. Just to identify, I'll place a extra string that would be partial linked text locator. Let's try executing this method again. Here we can see we were able to fetch the QA attrib again using the partial link text locator. The next one is CSS locator in Selenium. CSS is a powerful way to locate elements in case ID, name, class name, tag name does not work right. CSS is powerful in terms of dealing with complex element locating strategies. In various debates, CSS is considered faster compared to XPath and works really well with older IE versions. Let's go back to our browser. Here, in this scenario, we will be trying to locate first name element using the CSS selector. In order to create CSS selector, we will right click and click on inspect. Here I can see the HTML code of this first name element. As this element has ID, I'll be building a CSS selector using the ID. In order to do it, I'll press Ctrl F and start writing the CSS selector. The ID in CSS is denoted with hash, so I'll begin with hash and type the ID, that is example first name. As you can see, it returns only one record. That means our CSS selector is done right. But we can consider other scenarios where I want a combination of input and ID. That means I want to find an element that's tag is input and the value and the ID is example first name. We can do it by typing input, that is my tag name, hash, that denotes ID, and the value of ID is example first name. Now you can see the value, the returned element count is 1. There could be one more scenario where I want a combination of input, class and ID. That means I want to find an element that is of type input, has a class name as form control and has a ID example first name. In CSS we can do it by typing input, that is my tag name, the class is denoted with dot, so dot, and the class name should be form control, plus the ID should be example first name, so to donate the ID we'll type hash, and the ID should be example first name, so I'll type the ID example first name. You can see it returns one result. That means our CSS is done right. Let's go back to our IntelliJ and try locating element using the CSS selector. I'll go ahead copy this method and name it as CSS selector. Now while we were using, I'll go ahead remove this part. We were using link text in earlier case. We'll change it to CSS selector and our selector should be hash example first name. Now let's try printing the QA attrib value sout element dot get attribute QA attrib. Let's try executing this test using right click and run. Here you can see we were able to fetch the QA attrib value successfully. Let's try the other scenario as well we were talking about. So input is my tag name, the class should be form control. Let me check. Yeah, form hyphen control, and it should have an ID of example first name. Let's try executing this case again. Right click, run. Here you can see the test case passed and we were able to fetch the QA attrib value. CSS is faster compared to XPath and works with the same speed on Internet Explorer browser as well. Our last and the final locator is XPath locator in Selenium. XPath is powerful for complex locating strategies. XPath produces reliable locators. Performance is slower compared to CSS locators, especially on IE older versions. Let's go to our browser. Here we'll be using first name element again to locate using the XPath locator. I'll go ahead, right click and click on inspect. I can see the HTML code of first name. Now I'll be using ID to locate this input element. To do it, I'll press Ctrl F and start writing the XPath. The XPath, if you're creating a relative XPath, that means the tag can start from any location of the document. We start by double slash, and then as this element is a input tag, I'll provide the tag name, so it would be input square brackets and the identification attribute. In this case it would be ID, so @ID is equals to, and the value of ID is example first name. I'll paste the value here. You can see it returns one result. Now let's consider one more scenario where I want to fetch an element whose type is input, the class name is form control, and ID is example first name. In this case we'll be creating a relative path. That means the tag can be anywhere in the document. So I'll start with double slash. The type should be input, that means input. Class name should be form control, subset the form control, and simple and ID should be, that means ID equals to example first name. Sorry, I missed @. Now you can see it returns one record. That means this is the right XPath. Let's try locating this element using XPath through Selenium. Let's go back to our IntelliJ, copy this method, name it as TC7 XPath selector. We'll delete this line, and here we were using CSS selector. Now we'll change it to XPath. So it would be driver.findElement by XPath, and we'll write our XPath. So it should start with double slash, that is relative path. The element or the tag can start anywhere within the document. So I would say input ID is equals to example first name. Let's try printing the QA attrib value as out element dot get attribute QA attrib. Let's try executing this test by right click, run. Here you can see the test case passed and we were able to fetch the QA attrib value correctly. Now let's try the second scenario where we wanted to fetch an element whose type is input, the class is form control, and the ID is example first name. To build that, we did double slash, that is relative path, input is the type of the tag, @class is equals to form control, and simple and ID should be, that is @ID equals to example first name. Now let's try executing this method again. I'll right click and run. Now you can see the test case passed again. Here we can see we were able to fetch the QA attribute correctly. With this, we complete with all the locators that are available in Selenium to fetch or locate elements on a web page. Thank you for watching the video. If you liked it, please click the like button and do share.